finally on stage. I came to terms with the thought of me not getting the crown.
Okay.
I figured, you know what, with or without it, I'm still the person I am. I'm still going to do great things, and I'm going to continue to have great. Sad thing that it's always been the language that I grew up with. Should I be introducing myself first?
Yeah, it's okay. The language you grew up with, it's okay.
Yeah, I grew up speaking English in my school, at home, and my Filipino classes were not the best for me because I didn't practice it outside of school. People in Cebu, they usually speak Bisaya or English, and my environment was just very English. But
Can you tell me, like, where did you go to high school and college?
I went to high school in this really, really small school called Beacon House St. Paul. It's an international school.
What's the name again?
Beacon House.
Okay.
Yeah, super small.
Beacon. Yeah, I know. Here.
In Cebu.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm born and raised in Cebu.
Okay.
And then I went to Cebu Doctors University for STEM because I was gonna be a nurse. And I didn't want to be a nurse when I was there, so I'm now studying at San Carlos.
Okay.
The University of San Carlos as an interior design student.
Oh, no longer in the scientific or medical
I
field.
bring myself to be a med because my parents, they really wanted me to take something practical, but it wasn't my passion. I didn't resonate with it, and I figured, you know, at the end of the day, it's my life that I'm living, so I should probably live it to my own accord.
So, can you tell me how many siblings you have, or do you have?
I have two. Yeah.
Okay.
I have an older sister, she's 25, and I have a younger brother who is 16. 16.
But you're the only
I'm the
one.
middle child.
You're the only beauty queen.
Actually, I know my tita from my dad's side, she joined, I think, Miss Cebu before. But I'm the only one I know in the family who's done nationals.
Okay.
I think, if I haven't done my history research.
So everyone's
yet,
celebrating about your win.
Yeah, my mom especially. It was pretty funny. Wait, I want to tell you about it. So my mom, she was telling me, like, I have a migraine, and I was like, why? And she said, like, because I've been replying to everybody's congratulations.
She's helping you
greeting.
reply.
Because everyone's congratulating her as well, you know.
So thousands.
Because she made me. She made me herself, and so she was also saying thank you to everybody. My dad, he's in Cebu. He wasn't here. He didn't fly in to watch, and he was just watching the live. And when I won, he started crying, and then he woke my brother up to tell him, like, you're like, Nicole won. And it's just, I wasn't there, but it's just such a funny picture, you know, to imagine going like, and like my brother just waking up being like, what's going on here? And like, why is Dad crying? It's like, your sister won. It's I'm really happy.
But Nicole, why did it? Kasi everyone was wondering why it took so long for the announcement.
I know.
Why? Did you find out the reason
Earlier
why?
today, I've been seeing all these posts people are saying, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't hurt a little, right? Because people are saying things that as if it was like there was some kind of mistake.
Okay.
Like, as if it shouldn't have been me. I'm not the one to make that call. And
But it was you who was cold, so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So to see all these posts, it did make me feel bad. Like, I'm only human, right? When you see something like that, even
But you're
though I
truly
know,
deserving.
Even though I know, thank you. Even though, like, I feel it in my heart that it's not true, it still made me feel hurt.
Okay.
But I do trust the Bini Bini org at the end of the day, because had there been a mistake, I'm sure they would have corrected it like right on the
Yes.
spot versus days after. Right?
So, like, everyone was called and only one was waiting to be called. Let's pretend it wasn't you. Like, what were you feeling all the time that everyone was waiting for your name to be called without you knowing it was gonna be your name?
It was, honestly, it was a feeling of acceptance. Because I wasn't as proud of my performance, to be honest, because I felt like I could have done better with my Q&A, I could have done better with my walk, 80%. Like, I felt like I didn't do 100%. Like, I could have stayed longer, I could have done this, I could have
So that was what was on your mind while waiting? Like,
that was me backstage. And when we were finally on stage, I came to terms with the thought of me not getting the crown.
Okay.
I figured, you know what, with or without it, I'm still the person I am. I'm still going to do great things, and I'm going to continue to have courage.
So, if you lost, you would have tried again?
Well, I would have cried about it first, right? Like, I would have been devastated, of course, because months of preparation, and this is the longest pageant I've ever joined. Like, huge investment, not only with my time,
Okay.
but financial.
Oh, really?
Financially speaking, it's very, very expensive.
Sorry to be clueless. What's the financial investment?
I'm not gonna give like a certain amount.
No. Okay.
But
Fine.
it's like more than I can manage, considering I'm still a student. So
You mean to say you spent for your gowns and
a
the
certain
costumes?
portion of it, especially the cost of living in Manila, or the adjustment. All that. I was very blessed though to have sponsors who offered to help. So, but I'm just trying to imagine it, like, had it been just me, it would have been, I would have been like a boat sinking, like, just trying my hardest. But yeah, everything worked out so well. I'm telling you, the power of prayer is so important. Because I'm not the most religious, but I do believe that prayers are a form of manifesting things.
Oh yeah, you were talking about manifesting.
I remember I was with Joanna Day. She's, I think, candidate 14.
Okay.
I don't really remember the numbers, but she's one of my ACES sisters as well. And before the show, like, we were waiting for it to start, we were lining up, and I was telling her, like, I really want to go pray. I really need to pray. And so she's want to go outside, because backstage in the Coliseum there's like a huge statue of Jesus, like, on the cross. So we went there, and then the people there were like, yo, you can't pass anymore, no more. And then we were like, please, I just want to pray. And so they're like, oh, okay, go.
When was this? During the
This was
coronation?
the day of the coronation, yeah, a few hours, maybe like 30 minutes before it started.
Okay.
Yeah, so we went there and we were just like praying. And then I'm telling you, by the end of it, I felt lighter, like a weight has been lifted. So throughout the show, I could feel my pulse. I was being really fast, but I was
Calm.
I still felt like I could breathe, and I was being present. I was really feeling the moment.
But you did not see any sign naman, because like some of the beauty queens, like the Miss Universe before, like Sushmita Sen, I think she saw a sign or something like that. Wala ka namang ganon.
Well,
Nakita.
Well, I had dreams. And
Okay.
I never brought it up in the past because I didn't want to jinx it. But
Okay.
it's
Before.
showed up in dreams. And I know I wrote it down because I over the pandemic I got into journaling.
Okay.
So I would like write down how my day went, what did I learn, what am I grateful for, what made me feel drained, and of course how can I improve. So I know I wrote it down somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna go check.
When did you
journals.
have these dreams?
Months ago.
Months
I think
ago.
it was like.
So what's a
I think it
dream
was
all
last
about?
year. Oh gosh, I'm really shy about talking about it, but in my dream, because this was also before I was like talking with Hannah, and we weren't in talking terms yet.
Okay.
Like, so this happened about I don't know when it was. I'm gonna
Oh,
find,
in
I'm
the
gonna find
dream
it.
you were talking to Hannah
In my
Arnold.
dream, she was telling me about her experience
Oh, okay,
as
okay.
being Miss International.
But you knew
Please,
Hannah already.
Just rephrase this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we met back in 2019. Like, we were in a show together, but you know, we just met. It wasn't like we were best friends or anything. We were close. Like, not enough for me to ask her for advice. And yeah, in the dream, she was telling me about how like she was dealing with bashers. Actually, yeah, she was telling me that it was very hard and she sacrificed a lot. But I don't remember it as vividly. But I took that as like my sign. Like, I'm gonna meet her again someday, and I feel like it could be through being Pilipinas.
So when you dream, you actually write it down.
Well, not all the time.
Not all
it was
the
more
time.
just like that specific moment. I was like, whoa, why did I have that? I'm gonna take it as a sign from the universe. And I'm gonna write it down.
But you were not yet decided on joining Binibining Pilipinas, or were you decided na when you had that dream?
It was a thought. It was a thought, but I wasn't sure given that I was still studying. And when I transferred to like my new management, they were very encouraging on joining Binibini, and I was like, oh, are you sure? And they were like, yeah, we'll like help you get with Aces and Queens. We'll get you an interview with them.
Okay.
Like, we're gonna support you. And it's funny because my manager, I was like, I'm gonna think about it. I'm not sure. And my manager, he calls me. He's like, I had a dream. And I was like, okay, you had a dream.
Oh, he had a dream
Yeah, like,
also.
he also had like some epiphany going on. Obviously, there's no proof for any of these things I'm saying, but I'm just sharing it with you.
No, because
take
I
it
was
all with a grain of
reading
salt.
those Miss Universe, Sushmita Sen, I think. Like, she saw something in the sky or something. Like, did you read about this? Yeah.
Seeing something in the sky?
Yeah. Like, she was looking out the window and she saw something in the sky. So, things like that. And she was,
I didn't see things in the sky, but it did show up in my dreams. And
Yeah, it can come in many forms.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel real yet.
It's surreal, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't feel real yet.
Ah.
Like, it hasn't sunken in.
Oh, you're winning Miss International. Okay.
I'm like, maybe in the next week I'll feel it. But right now, because the pageant was just 2 days ago, it was so fresh.
But still, you're very busy. Sorry.
No,
Sarap ang usapan.
busy in the best way.
Okay.
I'm really happy with where I am.
So you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, and I hope,
Of course.
we can do great things.
But you have lots of time to prepare, diba? Because you are competing next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have a really long reign.
Oh,
So I'm gonna
okay.
use that to my advantage. And that's gonna involve talking out with Binibini on how we're gonna schedule our timeline.
Okay.
Given that, you know, the other girls are competing in October already. It's so soon.
Yeah.
So I get to relax for the meantime. But I want to do something productive. Something that's going to work long term.
Yeah. So what's in your mind when you say long term?
Well, for one, I want to partner up with Habitat for Humanity.
Okay.
It's a very credible NGO that's been supporting the advocacy of housing for all. And if you imagine it, like just the simple environment of having your own home, it makes you feel like you can do more things, right? The physical helps the mental. So if you have a home, then you can have that mental fortitude to like go on with life. Versus,
True.
you know, if you don't have a roof over your head.
Have you seen like some homeless people? A lot.
I think you can't deny it, especially after typhoons.
Oh yeah, especially the Visayas gets ravaged every year.
Like an apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
I brought it up before. Like Odette has been the worst typhoon I've experienced. And to be frank, when I was younger, I didn't see much of the importance of like, oh, disaster resilience. So come on, like it had to take me experiencing it to realize just how bad it really is. And I think more people need to know about that so that no one else is going to experience that in the future. Because if I've said it before, it's like a basic right. It felt like common sense to me that people need homes, and when they have a home, then they can feel like the need to start, like building themselves up. And the beauty about Habitat is that it's not limited to just building homes. They even branch out to different aspects. Like a friend of mine, she started a project. I think it's called Baby Steps. But what she does is she has like a book club for children, and others, they even like paint walls for like I think a gym, leadership training. Like it's very well rounded of an organization. Decided,
and you're an interior designer too.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, hey, maybe when I graduate, I can help you guys. But in the meantime, since I'm still studying, and to be frank with you, I'm not sure if I'm going to be continuing my studies at the moment. I might take a gap year. Who knows? Because with things being face to face soon, and my desire to be based in Manila, it's such a dilemma right now. So I'm still figuring that part out.
And you'll be busy as well, right? With your, with your rain. That's why.
I hope so. I hope so.
So aside from Habitat, that's all. That's the main thing. Working with Habitat is your wish.
That's what I want. Yeah, and of course, PDP is partnered with so many other charities as well. So getting to work with them too is, I'd gladly help out, because when I was younger, I would volunteer for like food packs, but it was never like a project of my own. And I always used to think that it had to be something that was my own. But it's such a big project if you think about it, like housing materials. That's not the same thing as giving away like little food packs, right? It's not the same. And I can say from first-hand experience, it's not the same. Like I like loaded my friend's car with roofing materials, and then it broke the tailgate. And it costed me so much money just trying to fix it. So I'm like, why am I trying to do this on my own? When you have organizations who have had so much experience doing it themselves. So I feel like that's a good place to start.
So you're going to use your power as a beauty queen to start this advocacy?
No, not necessarily start it, but like to join in on it. To join in.
Okay, join in. But of course, you're now, Miss.
Because they don't need me, but I would love to join them.
But actually, you haven't met with Habitat yet.
I have.
Oh, you have already.
Yeah, I hosted one of their events recently, where the CEO came in. Yeah, like he flew all the way here. Jonathan Reckford. That's his name.
Okay. This was before the pageant.
This was in the middle of the pageant, so I think earlier this month.
Okay.
Yeah, it was such a fun experience, and the people there, they have such big hearts, and because they're people my age too, so it feels it's relatable. It's a community, and it's something that more people need to get in on. Like I feel it.
Yeah.
We can bring people together through storytelling, through speaking to them. And I think beauty queens have that capability of influencing others to join in on certain causes.
Of course, yeah. So, you have no idea yet about your preparations for the Miss International?
Well, I think right now the focus is really on Hannah.
Okay.
Given that she still has to compete in December. But
okay.
yeah, for sure.
So you'll take it easy for now, like. you know.
Not necessarily take it easy.
Take it easy.
Maybe
It's gonna be hectic as
just
well.
breathe a little and get back into training.
Napagod ka ba sa pageant?
Honestly, it's bittersweet. Like, I wouldn't say I'm pagod. I'd say I'm just at a limbo, because I really miss my friends.
Oh,
I
okay.
miss them a lot.
In Cebu?
In the pageant. Because
Oh.
I know that I'm not seeing them again the same way that we used to see each other every day.
Who's your closest there in the pageant?
The Aces girls. We were 7.
Okay.
We were 7. And they were like the most supportive, like genuinely supportive people.
Can you name them? Because sorry, I'm not so
Okay,
familiar.
so there's Joanna Rape, Patricia Go, Joanna Arel, Ethel, Villanosa, Stacy, Gabrielle.
So the two of you. The two of you.
Rowan. I mean,
Oh,
Roberta.
Tamandong.
Yeah.
Okay. 3 of you made it.
Hi. Is that 8? That's 7, yeah, 7.
Wow, that's a good
So, 3 of us
percentage
made
of the winners. 3 of you among the
There was
6 winners.
There was this TikTok video that I saw, and it was like when my name was called, the camera shifted to like the other Aces girl.
Yeah, it shifted. It shifted. The camera
Did you see
shifted.
the video? Do you see?
Sorry.
I'll show you the
Okay.
video after this.
And then.
And in the video, you could see them like cheering for me.
Ah.
They were like so happy, like, you know, like.
Yeah, I think I saw it. Hindi ko. I didn't. Oh,
Like,
okay.
God,
Okay.
It feels so good, you know, because a lot of people have that crab mentality, right? Where if somebody succeeds, somehow you're a failure, and the only way to go up is to bring someone else down. But that's not the case, and with them, they know that they have that abundance mindset of like, her success is my success.
Yeah. Yeah, but I've read about it. I think the Filipino contestants are very nice, but I've read about, bad things happening in other pageants abroad. Like they hide the dresses, or they sabotage their other contestants. I've heard about that.
I can't speak for the other pageants, but and I can't speak for every girl out there, but I can say from experience that the girls I was surrounded with throughout the pageant really made me feel like my best.
And they were there to cheer you on after you won.
Yeah. Like, God, I can't. I wouldn't have been where I am if they weren't there.
All right. So, thank you, Nicole.
Thank you
I think
so much.
sorry.